Hi, and welcome to In the Loop. I'm Daneen O'Donnell, and today I'm with Rochelle Graham from Butler County Children and Youth. How are you, Rochelle? I haven't seen you for a long time.
It has been a long time. I'm doing very well.
Good. It's good to see you again. And I know we wanted to talk today a little bit about something Children and Youth does called the Duffel Bag Project. So tell everybody a little bit about what that is.
Well, the Duffel Bag Project began approximately 2009, 2010. And our agency decided to do the Duffel Bag Project to help kids who were entering foster care have something to call their own when they were coming into foster care and having to go to a new house. A lot of times the kids would have garbage bags when they were going to a new house, or maybe they didn't have anything at all with them.
Now give us an idea of some of the kinds of things that might be in there. Like they might bring some items from home like you said, but what kind of things do you help to make sure they do have?
One of the biggest things that we collect are diapers and wipes, socks and underwear. We also do pajamas. We like to give the kids new pajamas because that's something I think we all take for granted as having new and something comforting, and a lot of times these kids don't have that. So we try to get all of that stuff new. We also take gently used clothing, so we'll try to give them some outfits to take with them. And we also do hygiene items such as toothpaste, toothbrushes, the 2-in-1 kids soaps and deodorant, things like that for the older kids, so that they kind of have almost like if you were going to go overnight to a grandparent's, for the weekend or something, that you have a bag and you have things that you can use there.
I know you have a big event that you do annually coming up, and I want to talk to you about that, but then I also want to get into some of the ways that you support that beside this event. So tell us about this big event. It sounds, for the very brave few that like the cold, tell us all about it.
Yes. We presented this project to Leadership Butler County, class of 2011, and they decided that this is what they wanted to do. So they thought it would be really fun to do a Groundhog Plunge. They call it the Groundhog Plunge because it's in February. It's always the second Saturday in February, and we get into Lake Arthur up at Moraine State Park and take a little dip and try to raise some money for the Duffel Bag Project.
Now this year I think it actually falls on Valentine's Day, does it not?
It does fall on Valentine's Day this year, so we're hoping to get a bunch of couples to kind of daring each other, hey, I can stay in the water longer than you, or whatever, to raise more money for the project.
That's right, and then it can be very romantic because then they can help warm each other up after they get out of the freezing water.
Right.
So tell us, how do you go about registering for this event?
There is no online registration, unfortunately.
Okay.
However, if you go to our website, which is www.butlercountyfostercare.com, all one word, no spaces or anything, and right on there on the front page there's a link to the registration form. So you sign off on the registration form, you bring that with you the day of the plunge, and you bring whatever money you raise, or it's at least $25, so the minimum is $25, and you just bring that, you sign up, you get a t-shirt, and if you bring a package of socks or underwear this year, you get free hand warmers to try to keep you warm.
That sounds like a deal to me. Now, is this all ages that can participate in this? I imagine they sign like a permission slip if they're children or something, but they can do it if they want to.
Yes. So there's a waiver form that you have to sign off on. If you're under 18, an adult has to sign for you.
Okay.
So your guardian. We do actually an oldest and youngest plunger prize.
Oh,
so
fun.
whoever the youngest plunger is gets a prize. Whoever the oldest plunger is gets a prize. We also do prizes for best costume and most money raised.
Oh, that's really fun. Now, February 14th at Moraine State Park, what time?
Registration starts at 1:30.
Okay.
We will plunge at 2:30, and then after that, you're free to go. There will be warming tents there, provided by the National Guard. We're going to have hot chocolate and coffee there, hopefully some hot dogs, some donuts, some snacks, things to kind of keep those who maybe aren't going in the water a little bit busy while the rest of us are awaiting the plunge.
Now, for those that aren't so brave to get into the freezing cold water, what other ways can people support this Duffel Bag Project?
They can. We actually have t-shirts that, instead of the ones that the plungers get that say, I survived the Groundhog Plunge, there are shirts that we call them our chicken shirts, and they have a picture of a chicken that says, I was too chicken for the Groundhog Plunge.
Very
so those
cute.
shirts are available for $25 at the plunge, or like I said, the other way, even if they're not plunging, they can bring a pack of socks or a pack of underwear, and they'll get the free hand warmers.
And they can donate these items throughout the year as well and bring them to you? Or
Yeah, the duffel
Okay.
bag project is a project that the nice thing is it can be done any time of the year. So we've had youth groups, Boy Scout, Girl Scout troops, things like that, who have done this project kind of anytime. You know, Christmas time's hard because a lot of people are trying to do projects. So once things die down a little bit, they're able to do this project, you know, when they have a chance to do it. So anytime throughout the year, like I said, the website has a lot of information on it. It has things that maybe we're in need of at that time, rather than, you know, sometimes we get bombarded with things after somebody
Right.
does a project, and we have an overflow and we're low on other things. So we try to keep that website updated with what all we need, and they can email me, give me a call, say, hey, I want to do this. What's the best way? You know, how can we work this out?
Well, it sounds like a lot of fun and a great way to help these children, because I think sometimes people don't think about stuff like this, you know, what it's like to go into another home and not have things to take with you. And so if you're feeling brave and you're a little too warm this winter, this is a great thing to do. We hope to see you at the Groundhog Plunge on February 14th. For Armstrong, I'm Daneen O'Donnell, keeping you in the loop.